My friend, I want you to stop for a moment and take a deep breath. Clear your mind of the noise. Push away the distractions. Feel the stillness that comes when you silence the chatter of 1,000 competing thoughts. Why do I ask you to do this? Because it is in the stillness that you will remember one truth: every ounce of energy you have is either pushing you toward your dream or pulling you away from it. There's no neutral ground. You have been given the priceless gift of energy, mental energy, emotional energy, physical energy, and spiritual energy. But let me tell you a truth most people ignore. The average person wastes 90% of it. They scatter it on trivial pursuits, on meaningless conversations, on fear, on worry, on gossip, on regret, and on chasing things that do not matter. And then they wonder why their dreams remain just out of reach. You cannot afford such waste. The man or woman who succeeds at the highest level is not necessarily the most talented, the most intelligent, or the most connected. They are the most directed. They learn the art of concentrating every particle of their being toward a single definite aim until the world bends in their favor. I have said before, and I will say it again, whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But I must add something. It can only achieve it if the mind is willing to pour all its force into the object of its desire. A man with a half-hearted desire will meet with half-hearted results. A man with divided energy will reap divided rewards. The greatest enemy of your dream is not failure, it is dilution. You must first choose a dream so specific, so clear, and so vivid that it pulls you forward like a powerful magnet. This is the foundation. Vague wishes create vague results. When I speak of a dream, I am not speaking of idle fantasies whispered to the night sky. I am speaking of a vision so definite that you can describe it in precise detail. You must be able to close your eyes and see it as clearly as the house you live in, the clothes you wear, the face of a dear friend. The clearer the picture, the more power you give your mind to work toward it. Once that vision is established, you must build around it a fortress of focus. In this fortress, there is no room for conflicting desires. You must be ruthless about eliminating anything that does not serve your dream. This means letting go of old habits, breaking away from certain people, and refusing invitations that tempt you off your path. It is not enough to want your dream. You must want it more than you want ease, more than you want comfort, more than you want to be liked by everyone. There is an ancient truth. You cannot chase two rabbits and catch both. Your energy must be singular in its direction. Consider a beam of sunlight. In its natural state, it warms the skin. But when concentrated through a magnifying glass, it becomes powerful enough to start a fire. Your mind works the same way. Left scattered, it will produce mild results. Focused and intensified, it becomes a force that can set the world ablaze. But let us address the reality. Life will attempt to scatter your energy. Problems will arise. People will pull at you. The urgent will try to push aside the important. If you are not deliberate, you will spend your best hours fighting battles that have nothing to do with your purpose. This is why you must train yourself daily to redirect your attention back to your dream, no matter what comes. When you are tempted to get lost in trivialities, you must stop and ask, does this move me closer to my vision, or does it pull me away? To channel your energy effectively, you must guard your mind with the same care you would guard a vault of gold. Thoughts are the architects of energy. Negative thoughts drain it. Positive, purpose-driven thoughts amplify it. Worry, doubt, and fear are thieves. They rob you quietly, often without you noticing, until you are left too exhausted to act. On the other hand, faith, determination, and gratitude are engines. They multiply your strength, giving you more power with each passing day. One of the most effective ways to direct your energy is through the daily ritual of visualization and affirmation. Each morning, before the world makes its demands on you, take a few minutes to close your eyes and see your dream as already achieved. Picture every detail. Feel the emotions of success, the pride, the gratitude, the peace, the satisfaction. Then speak it aloud with conviction. This is my definite chief aim. I will achieve it. I am worthy of it. I am already moving toward it, and nothing can stop me. This is not mere repetition. It is the daily act of programming your subconscious mind to align every cell of your being toward your goal. Another powerful discipline is to track your energy the way a merchant tracks his gold. Pay attention to what activities, people, and environments energize you and which ones drain you. Keep the former, limit or eliminate the latter. Success requires not only hard work but smart energy management. There are people who will add to your fire and people who will dampen it. Choose carefully. Remember, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You must keep your energy at its peak if you expect to sustain the pursuit of your dream. This means caring for your body with proper rest, nutrition, and exercise. It means keeping your mind sharp through reading, learning, and challenging yourself with new ideas. And it means protecting your spirit by spending time in reflection, prayer, or whatever practice connects you to your highest self. The great mistake is to believe you can wait for the perfect moment to give your all. There is no perfect moment. The perfect moment is the one you create by pouring all your effort into what you have now. Every step taken with full commitment brings you closer to the life you desire. The man who says, "I will give my all when circumstances improve," will find that circumstances rarely improve until he gives his all. I tell you plainly, if you wish to channel all your energy toward your dream, you must make that dream the central organizing principle of your life. Everything else must either serve it or be cast aside. You cannot treat your dream as a hobby and expect it to pay you like a career. You cannot give it the leftovers of your time and energy and expect it to produce extraordinary results. It must be your first thought in the morning and your last thought at night. It must occupy your heart even as you go about your daily duties. And here is the reward for such dedication. When you give yourself wholly to your dream, something remarkable happens. The world begins to rearrange itself around your purpose. Opportunities appear where before there were none. People cross your path who can help you in ways you could not have predicted. Solutions come to you in moments of inspiration. This is not magic. It is the natural consequence of a mind that is fully engaged in a single direction. My friend, your dream is waiting for you, but it will not wait forever. Each day you delay, the fire burns a little lower. Channel all your energy now. Concentrate your mind now. Act with total commitment now. And you will discover that the power to achieve the life you have imagined has been within you all along. It was simply waiting for you to unleash it. When you understand the immensity of the dream you hold, you begin to realize that every ounce of energy must be directed toward it. Most men and women scatter their forces. They expend a little here, little there, until nothing of real substance is accomplished. You cannot live like this if you wish to join the ranks of those who have bent reality to their will. You must gather your powers into a concentrated beam, as the sun's rays, when focused through a magnifying glass, are able to set fire to even the coldest, dampest piece of wood. That fire is your achievement, and the magnifying glass is your mind under deliberate control. The mind, once fully determined upon a goal, becomes the most powerful tool known to man. But a mind without discipline is like a powerful locomotive without rails. It has strength, speed, and potential, yet without guidance it will never reach a destination. To channel your energy is to lay down those rails. You must create a definite plan of action and refuse to depart from it except to improve it. The man who wakes each morning knowing exactly what steps he will take toward his objective wastes no time wandering down side streets of distraction. It is here that the battle against self-doubt and fatigue must be fought daily. Many will begin their work on a dream with great enthusiasm, only to fade when the results do not appear overnight. But let me tell you, the growth of your dream follows the law of nature. It must first take root below the surface before it breaks through into the sunlight. Your consistent effort, even when there is no visible evidence of success, is what nourishes those hidden roots. Too many abandon their labor in these silent months, not realizing they were inches away from the breakthrough. You must guard against this. Discipline yourself to keep working when you least feel like it, for those days are the true measure of your worthiness. To channel your energy effectively, you must also be ruthless in eliminating all forces that weaken your resolve. This includes negative influences, idle conversations, habits that sap your vitality, and any association that leads you away from your aim. Every time you engage in something that does not serve your purpose, you are leaking energy that should have been stored for the climb. You cannot afford such waste. Guard your mind like a fortress and allow only thoughts and influences that fortify your determination. Another essential step is to replace wishful thinking with directed imagination. Wishful thinking is passive. It is sitting by the riverbank, hoping a boat will appear to carry you to your destination. Directed imagination is building your own boat, oar by oar, plank by plank, and pushing it into the current yourself. You must visualize not merely the end result, but the process, the work, the challenges, the victories, and see yourself performing each task with mastery. In doing so, you give your subconscious mind a blueprint it will work tirelessly to bring into reality. Your physical energy must also be guarded and increased. A weary body cannot house a vibrant mind. Many fail in their pursuits not because they lacked intelligence or opportunity, but because they neglected the vessel that carries them to their goals. Proper rest, sound nutrition, and physical activity are not luxuries. They are obligations if you wish to command your full potential. Every morning you rise with vigor. You begin the day with a surplus of energy to invest in your dream. Focus is the natural companion of energy. Without focus, energy disperses. With focus, it multiplies. 1 hour of concentrated effort is worth 10 hours of distracted labor. Develop the ability to enter a state of deep concentration, where all thoughts except those related to your purpose fall away. This is where great leaps are made, where ideas are born that seem to have come from another world. The truth is, they came from the deepest recesses of your own mind, unlocked by the key of unwavering attention. The man who channels all his energy into his dream begins to notice something miraculous. He starts to attract people, resources, and opportunities that align with his goal. This is no accident. The world responds to intensity and clarity of purpose. When you radiate certainty, others sense it, and they will either be drawn to help you or compelled to move aside. You will see that the invisible laws of the universe operate in your favor, and what once seemed impossible becomes merely a matter of persistence. But remember this: concentration is not a one-time act. It is a way of living. You cannot expect to channel your energy toward your dream only when you feel inspired. Inspiration is fleeting. Discipline is permanent. Make the channeling of your energy as natural as breathing. It should be as much a part of you as the beating of your heart. This means structuring your environment, your habits, and even your thoughts so that they serve your aim without conscious effort. And above all, never forget why you began. There will be days when you feel the temptation to slow down, to take the easier road, to accept a lesser victory than the one you first envisioned. On those days, recall the vision that set your soul on fire in the beginning. Picture it so vividly that the thought of abandoning it feels like betraying your own self. That memory, that vision will reignite your will and restore your energy. When a man or woman channels their energy in this manner, consistently, deliberately, and with unshakable faith, they become unstoppable. Obstacles still appear, but they are no longer seen as walls, they are steps. Setbacks do not drain them, they teach them. Every action, every thought, every moment is infused with purpose. And in time, that purpose reshapes the very reality around them, until the dream they once held in the mind becomes the life they hold in their hands. You must come to a profound realization. Energy without direction is wasted effort, and energy with divided loyalty is sabotage from within. The dream you are pursuing cannot be treated as a casual pastime. It must be the central axis around which your life revolves. If you attempt to chase multiple conflicting aims, you will find yourself like a river that spreads out into a swamp, shallow, stagnant, and incapable of moving with force. But when that same river is channeled into a narrow, concentrated path, it carves valleys, turns turbines, and powers entire cities. Such is the nature of human energy. There is no shortage of people who have talent, intelligence, or opportunity. What there is a shortage of is individuals who are willing to focus every ounce of their being, every drop of mental, emotional, and physical vitality toward one grand objective until it becomes reality. This is why so many fail, not because they lack the capacity, but because they lack the discipline to concentrate. You must guard your mind as a fortress guards its gates. Distractions will come in many forms. The opinions of others, the temptation to take an easier route, the lure of short-term rewards that seem sweeter than the long-term victory you seek. These are thieves of your destiny, and you must treat them as such. If you allow them entrance, they will rob you of your greatest treasure, your concentrated energy. I tell you plainly, the world will not reward half-hearted attempts. The dream you hold demands a full measure of your devotion. You cannot plant a seed, water it for a week, and then abandon it, expecting it to grow into a strong tree. The seed must be tended daily, nourished, protected from pests, and shielded from storms. Only then will it bear fruit. Likewise, your dream will wither if it receives your attention only when it is convenient. You must decide here and now to eliminate everything that does not serve your chief aim. This may require difficult choices. It may require removing yourself from certain environments, declining certain social invitations, or parting ways with those who drain your energy rather than contribute to it. Remember, you cannot hold on to everything and still climb the mountain. Some baggage must be left behind. The mind is the true battleground in this pursuit. If your thoughts are scattered, your actions will be scattered. If your thoughts are fixed, unwavering, and persistent, your actions will follow suit. This is why I have always taught the principle of definiteness of purpose. Until you are clear, absolutely, unshakably clear on what you want, your energy will leak into 1,000 unproductive channels. But once your aim is fixed, every fiber of your being aligns toward it. Understand this truth. The universe responds to intensity. A faint wish sends a faint signal. A burning desire sends a force that compels movement. The man or woman who channels all their energy into one burning desire creates a kind of magnetism. Opportunities are drawn to them, allies appear. Resources become visible and paths open that were previously hidden. This is not magic. It is the natural consequence of unwavering focus. But focus alone is not enough. It must be sustained. Many begin with enthusiasm, but falter when the novelty fades. The successful understand that energy must be renewed daily. You cannot live on yesterday's inspiration. Each morning, you must recommit. Each morning, you must speak to yourself with conviction, visualize your dream vividly, and act in accordance with it. This is how you keep the fire alive, by feeding it every single day. You may say, "But what of rest, Napoleon? If I am to channel all my energy into my dream, will I not exhaust myself?" To this I answer, true rest comes not from idleness, but from alignment. When your actions and your purpose are in harmony, fatigue cannot defeat you. The tiredness you feel will be that of a laborer who has built something worthy, not the weariness of one who has drifted aimlessly. Yes, you must rest your body, for it is the vehicle of your dreams, but never allow your spirit to go idle. There will come moments when the results seem delayed, when the world appears unmoved by your effort. This is the point where the average person quits. But you must understand that progress is often invisible in its early stages. Like the roots of a tree growing deep beneath the soil before the first green shoot emerges, your efforts are creating unseen foundations. If you abandon the work now, you uproot all you have planted. Hold the course. The results will come in due season, and when they do, they will come in abundance. A vital principle to remember. The size of your dream determines the size of the energy required. If your dream is vast, your energy must be equally vast. Do not complain about the demands your vision places upon you. Instead, be grateful that you are called to something worthy of such devotion. The highest mountains demand the greatest climbs, and the greatest climbs forge the strongest climbers. You must also learn the art of transmuting adversity into fuel. When obstacles arise, do not curse them. Channel them. Let frustration sharpen your determination. Let setbacks deepen your resolve. The energy you might waste on complaint or self-pity can be redirected into productive action. The most successful individuals are not those who avoided hardship, but those who transformed it into momentum. Remember this. The discipline to channel your energy is not a one-time decision. It is a lifelong practice. You will be tempted again and again to scatter your focus. You will be offered shortcuts that promise quick rewards. But each time you are tempted, return to your vision. Ask yourself, does this serve the dream or does it drain it? Let that question be your compass. And finally, when you achieve the dream, and you will if you persist, do not allow your energy to dissipate into complacency. Use the momentum to set a new vision, a higher aim. Life is a constant upward climb for those who refuse to settle. The energy that brought you this far is not meant to be stored away. It is meant to be channeled into ever greater purposes. If you adopt this way of life, if you become the master of your focus, the guardian of your energy, and the relentless pursuer of your dream, you will find that success does not merely visit you once. It becomes your constant companion. And that, my friend, is the ultimate reward for learning how to channel all your energy into achieving your dream. You must come to understand that the greatest tragedy of mankind is not that people aim too high and miss, but that they aim too low and hit. When a man or a woman allows their dream to shrink to fit their current level of energy, they have already surrendered the very fuel that could have carried them forward. Your dream is not meant to fit your present capacity. It is meant to demand the expansion of that capacity until you become the kind of person who can hold it in your hands. The mind is like a vast powerhouse, yet most operate on a fraction of its wattage. Why? Because they scatter their focus across petty grievances, idle entertainments, and fleeting distractions. To channel all your energy into achieving your dream, you must first close the floodgates that allow your power to leak into wasteful channels. Every time you dwell on an insult, entertain a doubt, or feed a fear, you are spending the same energy that could have been invested in creative thought, in decisive action, in building your fortune. Control of attention is the master skill. Your attention is the steering wheel of your life, and energy follows attention. If you place your attention on obstacles, your energy will empower those obstacles. If you place it on opportunities, your energy will empower those opportunities. It is no accident that the wealthiest, the most fulfilled, and the most influential people in history have been those who disciplined their attention like a soldier polishes his weapon. They refused to allow the noise of the crowd to dictate where their focus would be placed. But I tell you something that will sound paradoxical. The harder you chase the dream with a desperate heart, the more it will run from you. This is not because your dream wishes to elude you, but because desperation is born of doubt, and doubt poisons energy. Instead, channel your energy with calm certainty. Move as one who already owns the outcome in spirit, and the physical form will follow. This is the principle of faith applied to action, holding the unwavering belief that what you are working toward is already yours in the unseen, and your work is merely the process of making it visible. There is another law, often ignored, that governs the effective use of energy: the law of replacement. Nature abhors a vacuum, and the mind abhors inactivity. If you attempt to stop thinking about failure, you will fail, for the mind does not respond to commands to be idle. Instead, replace every thought of defeat with a thought of progress. Replace every picture of scarcity with a vivid image of abundance. This way, your mental energy is not trapped in a war against negative forces. It is always moving toward your goal. Do not confuse busy work with directed work. Many exhaust themselves not because they lack energy, but because they squander it on unaligned tasks. If an action does not directly contribute to the manifestation of your dream, then it is a thief of your time and a robber of your power. Ruthlessly strip your life of such thieves. You cannot serve two masters, one being your dream and the other being meaningless activity, and expect to advance quickly toward your purpose. Here is where many falter. They expect the path to be lit from start to finish before they take the first step. But the channeling of energy works in stages. You need not see all the way to the horizon. You need only to see far enough to take the next decisive action. Each step you take toward your dream reveals the next, and your confidence will grow not because the journey is easy, but because you are learning that you can face difficulty without surrender. Do not forget that your physical state directly influences your mental state. If you neglect your body, you weaken the vessel through which your energy must flow. A mind blazing with ambition but trapped in a fatigued body will sputter like a lamp starved of oil. Proper rest, deliberate exercise, and nourishing food are not luxuries. They are the maintenance of the machine that carries your dream. The great leaders of the past understood that personal discipline in all areas multiplies the effectiveness of energy in the one area they have chosen as their chief aim. And yet, discipline without desire becomes drudgery. If your dream does not ignite you with enthusiasm, you will not sustain the channeling of energy long enough to reach it. Therefore, make your dream so vivid, so compelling, that you can taste it, touch it, live in it with your imagination before it is born in reality. The stronger the emotional connection to your dream, the more naturally your energy will flow toward it, without the constant strain of forcing yourself to act. You must also understand the economy of energy in relationships. The people you allow into your circle are either amplifiers or drainers of your focus. Those who mock your ambition, who consistently remind you of risks without offering solutions, are siphoning away the very force you are trying to concentrate. Seek the company of those who believe in your vision, even if they do not fully understand it. Their faith will combine with yours and create a multiplied effect as two rivers join into one stronger current. Let me leave you with a challenge. For the next 30 days, record how you spend your mental and physical energy. Note where your thoughts dwell, how often you entertain doubts, how frequently you take actions that are unrelated to your chief aim. At the end of those 30 days, you will see with clarity whether your dream is being starved or nourished, and then make the adjustments. Close the leaks, strengthen the channels. Decide that your dream is the primary destination for all your mental current. If you do this with sincerity and persistence, you will discover that what once seemed impossible begins to feel inevitable. You will feel the gathering momentum of energy moving in a single direction, carrying you forward with less resistance. This is the reward of channeling all your energy toward a definite purpose. It transforms the struggle into a flow and the dream into reality. You will never channel all your energy into achieving your dream until you learn to place your mind in a state of absolute singleness of purpose. Most people scatter their energy in 1,000 directions. They start one thing, dabble in another, chase after fleeting opportunities, and wonder why their lives lack power. The truth is, concentration is the master key. All great fortunes, all towering achievements are the result of energy applied steadily, persistently, and exclusively toward a definite aim. You cannot be two things at once in the realm of achievement. You cannot be half dreamer and half doubter, half committed and half distracted. If you wish to channel your energy toward your dream, you must burn the bridges behind you. You must take away the escape routes, leaving only one road, forward. Until you have made your goal an absolute necessity, you will always find ways to excuse yourself, to justify delay, or to accept less than you are capable of. The mind, when disciplined toward one purpose, gathers a force that is almost supernatural in its results. It is as if you become a magnet, drawing to you the people, the resources, and the ideas you require. This is not coincidence. It is the operation of a natural law, the same law that causes a seed to draw from the soil and air exactly what it needs to grow. Your definite purpose is your seed. Your controlled attention is the soil. Your persistence is the sun, and your faith is the rain that nourishes it. You must understand that every act, every thought, every habit that does not serve your definite aim is a leak in your reservoir of power. Leaks do not announce themselves. They quietly drain you until one day you wake up and wonder why progress feels so hard. Therefore, guard your time as you would guard a chest of gold. Guard your mind as you would guard your own life. Do not waste it on petty conflicts, idle talk, or pursuits that neither feed your spirit nor advance your purpose. Learn to say no to the trivial, for each no to distraction is a yes to your dream. Refuse to be pulled into the whirlpool of other people's urgencies. Your life must be governed by your priorities, not by the demands of those who have not disciplined themselves. The man or woman who channels energy toward one thing builds momentum, and momentum is a power that multiplies effort. Once momentum is on your side, you will find that your dream moves toward you as much as you move toward it. Many surrender their energy to doubt and fear without realizing it. They rehearse in their minds every possible obstacle until they drain themselves before they even begin. This is energy misdirected. If you must imagine victory. If you must project into the future, project triumph, not defeat. The mind cannot hold both faith and fear in full strength at the same time. One will dominate. Choose faith and feed it daily with thoughts that affirm your capacity to achieve. You must also train yourself to transmute every setback into fuel. The moment you allow discouragement to lodge in your mind, your energy becomes paralyzed. But if you decide that every obstacle is a lesson, every delay a refinement of your plan, then nothing can rob you of momentum. Energy thrives on forward motion, even small steps. It is better to advance an inch toward your dream than to remain stagnant in the comfort of inaction. The dream that is worthy of your total energy is the one that lifts you beyond self-interest into service. If your dream serves only yourself, you will tire of it, for the human spirit longs to create value that outlives the self. When your aim enriches others, it gains a spiritual power that multiplies your energy. You will find strength in moments when others would quit, because you know your work carries meaning beyond your own existence. Discipline is the chisel with which you shape your life. Without it, your energy is like a river overflowing its banks, powerful yet uncontrolled, flooding everything and nourishing nothing. With discipline, you direct that river into a channel that carries you directly to your dream. This means rising early when you feel like sleeping, working when you feel like resting, and focusing when you feel like drifting. You must train yourself to act according to your decision, not your mood. Hold in your mind, always, the picture of the life you intend to create. See it in detail, the sights, the sounds, the feelings. Make it so vivid that it becomes more real in your consciousness than your current circumstances. The subconscious mind responds to clear, persistent mental images. Feed it with your dream every day until it accepts it as fact. For once the subconscious accepts an idea, it begins working ceaselessly to translate it into reality. Understand this. The universe rewards the man or woman who moves with unwavering direction. It may not happen overnight, but the law is as certain as the sunrise. Energy, when concentrated and sustained, must produce results. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is rarely talent. It is the ability to keep the channel of energy clear and flowing toward one aim, regardless of storms or seasons. Do not wait for motivation. Motivation is a fleeting feeling. Build habits that carry you forward, whether you feel inspired or not. Every great builder, inventor, or leader you admire has worked more days without enthusiasm than with it. The habit of consistent action is what keeps the energy moving when inspiration takes a holiday. Finally, remember this. Your dream will not ask you politely to commit. It will demand that you give it your mind, your heart, your time, and your energy. In return, it will make you into something greater than you ever imagined. The moment you decide with full conviction that you will live for this dream, every power of your mind will rise to meet that decision. And when all of your energy is moving in one direction, success is not a matter of if, but when. Channel it all, your thought, your time, your emotion, your discipline, into the one vision you hold. Guard it from thieves of attention. Nurture it with faith. Advance toward it daily. And one day, perhaps sooner than you expect, you will stand in the reality of what was once only an idea. Then you will know that the law is true. When you give your dream all of you, it will give you all you desire and more.